our bodies are the temple of the Holy Spirit. How are we living out that reality? Dear friends, welcome to Fully Alive with Irene. Back in February of 2020, when I was diagnosed with myasthenia gravis, I had a lot of grace, really grace from God to accept that this is my reality now. And what am I going to do to give me the best chance for my life at this time, to give me the best chance for me, my family, my little girl especially at that time. So as we were like researching, and I have time to calm down, time to think and pray, I asked myself this question: what have I done to bring me to where I'm at back then? So as I reflect upon it, I realized something that was really heartbreaking for me. I realized that I have been neglecting myself. I have been malnourished. I was super stressed out after childbirth. So when my baby was 7 days old, one of my doctors was saying that, hey, she looks a little bit yellow, we better get some blood works done to test it out. So we got her blood drawn, and then at a particular time, the lab called me. And the first word that they said to me, a new mother at that time, was, your baby is going to be brain damage. How would you feel? Imagine that. A new mother hearing this kind of news. It was devastating. It was stressful. I didn't know what to do, but I was definitely quite angry with what they said to me, and stressed out. So we looked for a second opinion, a doctor who was kinder. And not to mention, the first doctor at that center was like trying to bully us to listen, to basically have no rights to say yes or no pertaining our child. And that angered me a lot as well. And I'm grateful that we found a pediatrician who is respectful of parental rights, and also, there is like discussion and encouragement from that. So imagine that was the beginning. And my mother was with me. She cooked for me. She took care of me. So all those days was fine. I was well nourished back then. And then, there comes a time that she has to leave, right? Once she left, I really didn't know what to do. I didn't know how to navigate motherhood. So I started neglecting myself. Baby comes first. And I didn't cook good food for myself. I didn't take care of me. When I look back at the picture, I look pale as, like, wow, I look sick actually. But I didn't know I just kept on going, because that's the nature of me. I kept on going, and I just want to give and give and give, not realizing at that time I was giving from a broken tank. So whatever I feel in, everything was like there's a hole at the bottom where everything goes out. So I wasn't feeding things towards myself. I didn't take care of me. Upon realizing that, the first thing I did was, apologizing to my body. Is a way of repenting for how I have mistreated my body, myself, the temple of the Holy Spirit. And I repented, and I asked forgiveness from God, like, wow, this is what I've done. I want to do better. Let's start again. I was like talking to my body, let's start again, let's start anew. Let's look into this, what is good for us, what is good for my body now. So we started looking at things like diet, what to cut out. Sugar was the first thing. And then eventually I found out that carbohydrate and grains was also not that favorable for my condition. So I cut it out. What kind of lifestyle that we want to adopt, enough exercises, and also things like how to manage stress well. It was a learning process. It was amazing, I would say. I have expanded a lot in that department of knowledge, and researching, being open, unlearning a lot of things that I thought I knew, because going into things that are not so mainstream, and understanding how the diet would actually affect my body. Because I remember back then, when we prepared children for their first Holy Communion, I used to tell children, you know what? We become what we eat. Imagine if you eat junk food all the time, what will become of you? You become sick, you become weak, you're not happy. But when you eat Jesus, you should become Jesus, That is like the encouragement that I gave to the children. And that reminded me that what I put in my body does matter. What helps to restore the gut, restore my body, it helps with healing. When I honor my body, I believe my soul is happy to live here. And I think this is the teaching of Saint Teresa of Avila, that when you take care of your body, your soul will feel happy to be at home here as well. So that was how I start honoring my body. I start giving myself the priority because I want to be here for the long run. It's good for my child, for my little girl, to have mama when she grows up. It's a reality, something that I learned, something that I need to let go of in case of like things like always feeling that I'm a burden. Those are things that are ongoing work that I have to work within myself with help, of course. And I am amazed, I am grateful for the grace that God has shown to me, that He's guiding me, is leading me, and all the friends that have come to help me. And I realize this, when my body is well, things on the other part, it's also expressing better health when it comes to prayer life. Yeah, my ability to be with my child is also affected. So, dear friends, I want to ask you today, how are you honoring your body? Are you having enough sleep? That's also quite important. And I wish you all the best in your journey of honoring your body.